So let's say you've been struggling and battling with an alcohol addiction or even just smoking addiction or drugs or whatever your situation is. So I'm just here to let you know that I can relate. I can relate with your situation and I am definitely here to help. That's if you want to come out. Because you need to realize that if you're going to come out of any drug or alcohol or smoke addiction, it has to be something that you yourself has to make that decision to say, you know what, I think it's time for me to quit. Otherwise, it's not something that I would encourage anybody to say, hey, you know what, you need to quit, you need to stop what you're doing. I wouldn't do that. Because I can honestly tell you, like during the times when I struggled with the addiction, um, it wasn't easy for me to quit. Look, I had situations, I had moments when I wished I could stop. I wished I could stop drinking or doing all those things, but it wasn't easy for me. I could maybe take a few hours or maybe a day out, and then the next day I'm back again. So I clearly understand the struggle because I've been there myself. Yeah, like it's something that once it gets a hold of you, once you get caught up in it, it's hard to come out. Unfortunately, some take those addictions to their grave, and that's the sad part about it. And I can honestly tell you that there's a lot of regrets that people have because of not having been able to overcome those addictions. Yeah, there's a lot of time wasting, a lot of money wasting, a lot of good relationship wasting, a lot of marriages have been lost, a lot of people have died because of those addictions. So you see, it's one area for some reason in the last couple of days I've been feeling like I really need to speak more about this. Yeah, because I'm a survivor of what I'm talking about. So maybe by talking more about it, maybe somebody somewhere could come across this video and be encouraged by it to do something about it. Because I mean, what's the point? Let's say you're in a relationship, you have a good family, your wife and children, and yet your alcohol addiction problem takes you away from that good family. Sometimes you go as far as misusing finances, which you could have used to look after your family, which you could have used to take your kids to school, which you could have used to go maybe with your family on a vacation or something like that. What's the point of channeling your finances into buying some drugs or whatever to abuse and whatnot instead of looking after your family properly? What's the abuse of wasting money on drugs and alcohol instead of using them for your school or your business, whatever it is? So many businesses have collapsed, so many companies have collapsed because of these things. So, unless somebody is willing to talk about them, I mean, something really has to be done. It's more serious than most people tend to realize. I know it sounds like fun when you go out, you have a few drinks, you relax here and there. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, nobody wants to drink forever. Nobody wants to take drugs or smoke forever. At some point, you just want a sober state of mind, a peaceful state of mind, without having to do certain things to yourself as a way of escaping reality. So why am I saying all this? I am saying all this because after the many years I've been there, I never saw anything good come out of it. Except, of course, when you are drunk, you feel happy, or when you're high, you feel happy. And after that, then what? It's like you keep feeding that demon inside you, keep feeding that monster inside you, who keeps destroying your relationships, your businesses, whatever you're trying to build around your life. So for me, I honestly think like I'm gonna continue to talk about this. Yeah, I will continue to talk about this because I believe I can help someone out there. Yeah, it is important that we talk about these things because we're losing so many people. I'll give you an example for, I don't know how it is in your country, in your city, but in mine, every time, almost like every weekend, or even if not every day, we have accidents that are caused by drinking and driving. You know, people drunk and driving. So many things happen. People losing their loved ones because of alcohol. Some of these cases, like assault, murders, and whatnot, often happen after somebody, you know, was under the influence. As far as I'm aware, in most cases, it's very rare to find somebody commit a serious, serious crime in a sober state. Most of the times when people commit these serious crimes, they're usually under the influence of some sort of drug or alcohol, whatever it is. So we know what these things are doing to us. Question is, how many people are talking about them? Question is, how many people are fighting this? Look, here in my city, like where I am based, like here in Lusaka, Zambia, a lot of people my age drink a lot. A lot of people my age smoke a lot. A lot of people my age are doing all sorts of things in the name of, oh, let's have fun, let's enjoy life. Yeah, it's like that's all there is to it. It's like that thing where if you're not drinking and smoking, then you're a boring guy or a boring person, whatever it is. At some point, this thing has just got to stop. It just has to stop. And we need more people to talk about this. I'm telling you. There was one time I used to drink at a certain, it was like a restaurant and bar and restaurant. And it used to shock me, like every morning we would report for work. There was an area that was just allocated for empty bottles. You know, when people are drinking, you've got those bottles that can be reused, like they put them back in crates and whatnot. Then there are those other bottles that people, like the disposable ones or the ones that you don't use again, both for alcohol, of course. It was shocking every morning what I used to see. That's just from one bar and restaurant. It was shocking to see how many empties were there, showing you how many people, how many people are drinking. I'm telling you, people are drinking like crazy. Now, if you ask yourself, what do you think is making people drink like that? Do you think it's normal for somebody to drink a crate alone, 2 crates alone, 3 crates alone? Do you think it's normal to do that? I don't think that's normal. I think someone would only go to such extremes if something was bothering them, if they're trying to escape something, they're trying to escape a certain reality of life. It's like they're dealing with a condition. It's like they're dealing with a situation that's making them behave like that. Because honestly speaking, if everything was just okay with you, nothing was wrong in your life, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to cause so much harm to yourself? Yeah, we all know that, yeah, you would feel great, like you would feel happy, you feel like everything is okay when you are drunk. But yeah, if that was the reason why you are drinking, you'd only drink a little and that's it. You can't say, oh, I'm just trying to have fun, and yet you drink you sorry, and yet you drink 3 bottles of whiskey or 4 bottles alone. Are you sure you're just trying to have fun? Looks to me like there's something you want to suppress on the inside. So honestly speaking, I think as youths, as adults, as teens, at whatever age, we really need to talk about these things. We've lost so many people. Look, I mean, I will tell you, like, so many great artists have died because of what I'm talking about now. So many great people, so many influential people around the world have died because of these things. So why are we just ignoring this and just, of course, it's important to talk about other things, but I really think that there is more. There's more to this. It's one thing to be somebody, okay, once in a while you drink, there's nothing wrong with that. But once it reaches that point of addiction, there's no going back. There is no going back to that. That's when it becomes dangerous. So, how about those of us who have escaped these challenges, those of us who have overcome these addiction problems, come out to speak out, help others who are still facing those problems? I did do a video, I think the other day, like I did upload a video yesterday, I think. And sorry, that video didn't have, I don't know, something happened with the sound. Maybe it was the fan or something. So I just sort of feel like we need to talk more about this thing. Because honestly speaking, we can't let so many of our people, we can't lose so many of our people and just watch and do nothing about it. You'll be shocked to know that we don't have many rehab centers in my city, as far as I'm aware. I know of Great North Road, something like that, rehab, I think, by one great man, I think, yeah, I'm aware of. But not many people are doing those things. I'm talking from my city, like that's how it is. I don't know how it's like in other parts of the world, but I think we need to save more lives. So many people out there are fighting these addictions. Some of them are not even fighting, they gave up. They're just doing all they could to survive. You know, a situation where someone is usually in the club every night, how do you expect that person to raise a child? How do you expect that person to really raise a family? I'll give you an example. Like in a situation where there's both the man and the wife. Let's say the man is usually out drinking. The wife may be home most of the time, But she can't do much because when it comes to raising children, it's something that should be done by both parents. Not only that, the man has to be there for his wife. How is he gonna carry out all his marital or marriage duties as a husband if he's always drunk? How is he gonna be a responsible dad if he's always drunk? How is he gonna do that? It's really crazy, you know, like it's so crazy. I'm telling you, like, you know, I'm just glad that down the line, I know it was over 10 years when I overcame that addiction problem, but I'm just glad that I don't do that anymore. I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I don't take those drugs I used to take anymore. I am way past that life. Like, I'm never going back to that life again. This is why when I see anybody drinking, smoking, or doing all sorts of things that they do as a result of them being addicted, I feel sorry for them. I do. Because in as much as they smoke, there's a part of them that wishes that they don't smoke. In as much as they drink, there's a part of them that wishes they don't drink. They just don't know how to escape that reality. So I'm gonna try as much as possible to do more and more of these videos. Hopefully by doing these videos, other people, when they come across these videos, they'll learn one or two things and make adjustments in their lives. Because trust me, it's really important that we talk about these things. We really need to help as many people as we can around the world. One of the reasons why we've got so many dysfunctional families around the world is because of what I'm talking about. Parents who are not responsible enough because of their alcohol and drug addiction problems. Yeah. A marriage or raising a family is already a challenge on its own. Now imagine on top of that, you add alcohol and drug addiction. Imagine that. It's hard. You can't raise a proper family when you're always clubbing, always out there taking all sorts of drugs. You come back home like you can't do much. It just doesn't work like that. Even like on a personal level, if you're not responsible enough, you ruin all your chances of making it in this life as far as success is concerned, whether it's a business, or whether it's a relationship, or whatever it is, whether it's school, your profession, your work, your career, whatever it is. You can't succeed if you are an alcohol or drug addict. So I just thought like sharing these things with you, because for me, like every day when I wake up and I'm walking in my hood, or I just go out there, just the number of people that I see wasting their own lives on alcohol and drug addiction, it's just a concern to me. Like, it's something that I feel like society is carrying as a burden. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to do something about this. Like, we can't let this go on and on. Like, it's not something that we should just ignore, you know? We're losing out a lot as society. You know, like, there's got to be a time, like, or a timeline to all this. Yeah, I understand there's that teen-year period where people like to experiment and all that. But after some time, I think we all need to realize, like, no, now it's time to be more responsible as adults. Because it becomes dangerous when you become an adult and you're still doing those irresponsible things you used to do as a teen. I think that's where the danger comes in. And I can honestly tell you, I started out. I started out as a teen. Like I started abusing alcohol and drugs when I was a teen. Yeah. So that's what happened to me. And I can understand why some people find themselves in those situations where even when they become adults, they feel like they are stuck. They feel like they can't come out. I understand. It's a trap that once you get caught in it, it's not an easy way out. It's not. Trust me, I've been there, done that. It's not an easy way out. So I'm going to be talking more about these things, you know. Hopefully, by talking more about these things, more and more people who come across my videos will be inspired to do something about their addiction problems. Imagine how many lives you'll be sparing. How many families will be spared when one dad recovers from an alcohol and drug addiction. Imagine how many children will be spared. Imagine how many wives will be spared. Let's help our society to improve, to do better by reaching out to those that need our help when it comes to alcohol and drug addiction. So I just woke up this morning with this burden to share, and I really just couldn't resist talking about this and just putting it out there. So let me know after you watch this video. Let me know which part you like the most, which point stood out for you. And please, if you know somebody who needs this help, share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.